There is powerful planetary alignment in the month of March. And if you would like to know how is this going to affect your personal life, you need to watch this. Hello YouTube fam, welcome to Athena Virtuo's channel. I'm Athena and I am your spiritual guide and your astrologer. I'm going to start this video today with powerful, positive thoughts and affirmation. So please pay close attention. This is the time to shine, grow, and manifest. There is magic of these cosmic moments, so embrace it. The power of the planetary shift is activating your manifestation. We start the month of March with Mars direct in Cancer. It's in full force. Mars is action-oriented. Mars takes initiative. Mars now have better understanding of how these plans will be implemented and accomplished. Mars will be forming a beautiful trine with Saturn in the 9th house, which will give Mars the support, the stamina, and the urge and the green light to take action, so long as Mars acts with integrity. We all know that Mars is aggressive, combative, impulsive, and mischievous. It's Mars at the end of the day. So it's totally up to you. If you embody the higher vibrational qualities of Mars, which is taking action, taking initiative, fight for what's right, then you'll be rewarded by Saturn. Otherwise, you'll be faced with the consequence. As you see in the chart here, on March the 8th, Mars will form beautiful trine with the Sun. The Sun is the ruler of a fire sign, is the ruler of Leo, and it's at 17 degrees 52 minutes in the sign of Pisces. This is very powerful. This is one of the most alignments of this month. This is like the Sun, the Father, the higher power, the sole purpose is giving Mars the green light, is supporting Mars to achieve Mars goals. And the Sun is exalted in Aries. So Mars at this point in time is empowered by this beautiful soul purpose. You need to believe in the power of your thoughts and intentions. That's exactly what the Sun is saying to Mars. Trust you are stepping into your most abundant reality, and everything you need to succeed is already within your power. That's the energy of the trine between the Sun and Mars. Neptune is the planet of hope, is the planet of faith, deep faith. Neptune is the planet of belief, any belief system. Neptune right now, as you see in the chart, is at an erratic degree, 29 degrees and 9 minutes. It's literally on the cusp between Pisces and Aries. Neptune will enter into Aries at the end of March, right after the new moon's solar eclipse in Aries. Regardless, we still feel that energy right now because once again, Neptune is on the cusp. Neptune obviously is very slow and almost entering Aries. The energy of this planet is very strong. We all feel that hope, that faith, the belief. Believe in what you're doing. Believe in the divine. Believe in the higher power, the higher source, God. Not only that, Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. And who is the co-ruler of Pisces? Jupiter. Jupiter also is forward and in full force in the sign of Gemini. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of belief system, of wealth, prosperity, abundance, and optimism. Jupiter will be sextiling Venus and Mercury in Aries during the first 2 weeks of March. This will bring hope and strengthen our belief and our faith in the divine. There is magnetic energy. There is undeniable magnetic energy, very powerful and unstoppable with both Jupiter and Mars forward. You need to trust that your soul is aligned with the energy of success and you are always taken care of. Believe you are co-creating a magic and fulfilling life and attracting the life of your dreams effortlessly. You also have to welcome positive changes and new beginnings. Allow yourself to dream bigger than ever before. Allow yourself to dream bigger than ever before. Be appreciative and grateful to all signs that are leading you to your destiny. The miracles are happening now around you. With Neptune conjunct the North Node and Mercury, and the Sun trines Mars and Jupiter full force forward, there are miracles around you. The path to abundance is widely open. Believe you're always at the right place and at the right time. Around this time, you just need to believe and have faith. Believe in miracles. On March the 2nd, both Mercury and the North Node in Pisces will come together at 28 degrees and 18 minutes. This is extremely powerful. For some, you might hear that is dreamy, confusing, causing illusion, delusion. That's true. We might also see lots of thunderstorms and rainstorms and lightning, foggy atmosphere. We all gonna witness all of this. Obviously, Mercury and Neptune. On March the 3rd, Mercury will enter into the sign of Aries and will station retrograde on March the 15th, as you see in the chart here. And then will continue the retrograde in Pisces in April. And once again, when Mercury enters into the sign of Aries, under the rulership of Mars, we will witness heated arguments. And we've witnessed that already now, as we see in many places, in many countries. Arguments, heated arguments, miscommunication, misunderstanding, harsh accusations, disinformation. And as I'm recording today's video on the 28th of February, right after the new moon, and a couple of days just before Mercury enters into the sign of Aries, that's ruled by Mars. Just today, we all witness the heated argument between Zelensky and the President Trump. We've seen how Zelensky was very argumentative, combative, talking down, kept interrupting the president. Meanwhile, the president was trying to achieve peace and end this war. Zelensky was very aggressive and argumentative, as though he's calling for a World War III. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Heated arguments, harsh accusations, stubbornness. Zelensky is a Scorpio sign, very stubborn, very aggressive, ruled by Mars. In the beginning of the month of March, we will see Mercury sextile the moon in Gemini. And this is all about information coming forward, revelation of data. It's also about the market. Mercury rules the market, and the moon is in Gemini. Mercury also rules trade, all kinds of trades, transportation, communication, telecom, network. So when it sextiles with the moon and Gemini, obviously Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. As I said, there will be lots of clarity coming up to the surface, or lots of information, hidden information coming up to the surface, and revelation of truth and revelation of secrets. In the mid of March, Mercury will sextile Jupiter. And this is very, very powerful. This is actually very positive. Will bring lots of information, abundance of information to the public. There will be calls for taking legal action, because Jupiter rules the legal system and is right now in Gemini under the rulership of Mercury. This is a good time to sign documents, agreements, and you will hear back from any government entities if you submitted any sort of applications. This will also could bring resolution if there were any network glitches or disruption. Right after the lunar eclipse in Virgo in the south node, Mercury will station retrograde. Around March 11, 12, Mercury will enter the pre-retrograde period, because it's going to station retrograde on the 15th. So, and around 11, 12, 13, Mercury will form a sextile with Gemini. Mercury in Aries will form a sextile with Gemini in about 4 or 5 degrees orbs, or 4 or 5 degrees difference applying. However, this energy is powerful. At this time, you will see some clarity, the urge to sign documentation, to sign agreements. But you have to be careful, because Mercury is in a pre-retrograde period and will station retrograde on the 15th, right after the full moon lunar eclipse. So the full moon lunar eclipse is a call for us to end something that's no longer serving us. That's not gonna work for the humanity anymore. The wars, the fights, any karmic toxic relationship. I'm gonna speak further about it. What I'm trying to say here, we will also experience delays in signing these documentation, although there is that urge, that full power to sign those documents and agreements. But for some of us, not all of us, because this energy between Gemini, which is ruled, where Jupiter is, which is ruled by Mercury, it's going to affect mostly mutable signs. And I would say Aries as well. So you need to be careful when you sign any documents. You need to read the fine prints. You need to have full understanding of the terms and conditions, especially when it comes to signing legal documents. Maybe you should even ask a lawyer before you're signing anything. During this time, you need to welcome divine timing and perfect alignment. This perfect alignment between Jupiter and Mercury will open many, many doors in your path to your success. Now, I have to warn you that Mercury retrograde in Aries can cause issues on the road or even crashes. But that's not due to speed. No. Rather, that's due to something gonna break, something gonna go out of order all of a sudden. So be prepared to that. Flat tire, your brakes are not working all of a sudden, I don't know, some issue with your car, or even any transportation system, public transportation system, or even, as I said, could cause plane crashes as well. Mercury is a ruler of air signs, air elements, and Aries is fire, ruled by Mars. And if you mix oxygen, air, with fire, that could cause disasters. So be careful. Yeah, I'm sorry, but be careful. Mercury retrograde is very close to Neptune. Remember that. So we could see or experience zero visibility, winds, as I said earlier, rainstorms, thundering, lightning, all of this in the works, and we will see it. Once again, be careful when you are on the road. However, Mercury close to Neptune will bring miracles. You have to believe in unexpected things to happen. Once again, miracles. Everything is unfolding in perfect timing. Now, I want to remind you, if you were born with Mercury retrograde in your birth chart, you're good to go. You mastered the retrograde. All these issues that come with the planet Mercury when it goes retrograde, you've already mastered it. You know it off the top of your head. So you can deal with any delays, with any issues. In fact, it's gonna pass you by smoothly. Yes. The other planetary alignment that I want to talk about is Venus goes retrograde. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not a big fan of Venus retrograde, and I'm gonna warn you now. No cosmetic procedure whatsoever. You're going to cut your hair, it's gonna go wrong. Any results of any cosmetic procedure you take right now, it's gonna go wrong. Venus actually is going to enter Aries on March the 1st in a retrograde motion, and is under the rulership of Mars, which is full force, direct. Because Venus rules aesthetics, physical appearance, and money as well. We will witness fluctuation in the stock market. We've already seen that. Because once again, we will feel the energy at least a week before the actual planetary shift. I know very well the stock market because I'm an investor. Everything is down. But that's okay. It's just a period of time. You need to have faith. Remember that. Once Venus goes direct in April, everything gonna change. Everything gonna change by the end of April. It will feel way much better because both Venus and Mercury will go direct. Also, we're gonna be almost getting into Jupiter entering into Cancer, where Jupiter is exalted, where Jupiter is happy, where Jupiter is abundant, is going to give with no limits to everybody. I digress. Let me go back to Venus. Venus is the ruler of Libra and Taurus, the 7th house and the 2nd house. The 2nd house is the house of values, tangible values, self-value. That's what Taurus is, the 2nd house. And rules the 7th house, the house of relationship with the others. That's what Libra is. And Venus is retrograde in the 1st house of the zodiacal wheel, Aries, which is ruled by Mars. So, and I'm going to speak about each of the zodiac signs, but yes, we will experience, as I said, fluctuation in the stock market, the real estate. And as I mentioned before also, there is a crash. We are already experiencing the recession. There is a crash in the real estate. It's a slow, but it's inevitable. I mentioned that before. Real estate will crash during the North Node in Pisces. So we will see that for the next 2 to 3 years. In fact, I would say until probably 2028, 2029. Maybe we will recover from this recession by 2030. But once again, let me go back to Venus. Venus, as I mentioned, rules aesthetics. Venus is the goddess of beauty, attraction, physical appearance, aesthetics. No surgery whatsoever. It will go wrong. The problem is it will never be undone. Around this time, when Venus retrograde, for some signs, not everybody, yes, excess from the past gonna come back to your life, especially with Libra and Aries. But Mercury also retrograde rules that aspect. Yes, we will see excess coming back to our lives, calling us, asking about us. Try to do something to grab our attention. You know, when you mix Venus and Mercury, both retrograde in Aries, under the rulership of Mars, which is all about me, myself, and I, and look at me, and I'm the center of the world. You could be experienced dealing with somebody like that from the past. We'll do whatever it takes to get your attention, but be careful. Be careful, especially when Mercury goes direct and Venus. We will look at things in a different way. And I don't want you to regret anything that could cost you a lot, time and energy. Now, if there is something unresolved with a karmic relationship, it's going to reappear in your life. Yes, remember, we're almost at the full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, where the South Node is. It's all about karmic relationships. This full moon lunar eclipse, it's an eclipse, means something needs to be eclipsed out of our lives and be dealt with for good, and let go and let God, because we're done with it. At the end of March, we will have a new moon solar eclipse in Aries. So, let me give you some dates about Venus. Now, Venus will have alignments, beautiful alignments with Jupiter, with Mercury. Yeah, Jupiter and Mercury, technically, and with Pluto. So, March 1st, Venus will sextile Jupiter. March 1st, Venus will be at 10 degrees and 50 minutes will sextile Jupiter in Gemini. Jupiter at that time is at 12 degrees and 22 minutes, as you see in the chart. And this sextile will be about for the first 2 weeks of March, and will conjunct Mercury exact on the 11th of March. And this is very beautiful aspect. Venus also will sextile Pluto in Aquarius. And this is all about the power of the beauty, the power of the goddess of beauty. She will get her power. She will be very empowered by Pluto. Remember, the sextile is a Venusian aspect, and she's sextiling with the god of the hidden world under the rulership of Mars. So you can imagine the energy. It's up to you. If you're rushing into any relationship around this time, you never know how it feels after. But you will see people will be attracted to you, especially if you are one of the cardinal signs or air signs. Yes, air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. This will affect you the most. But I see it affecting the cardinal signs as well, especially Aries, Cancer, and Libra, 100%. Now, on the 14th, we will have full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo. On the 15th, the moon will move into Libra. The sun, the following day after the full moon lunar eclipse, we will see a beautiful grand trine between the moon in Libra, Uranus in Taurus, and Pluto in Aquarius. And at the very top, the sun, actually the sun and Saturn, but mostly the sun. The sun will be sextiling Uranus. The sun in Pisces will form a sextile with Uranus and Pluto. This is very beautiful aspect. Venus is not going to form a square with Mars, because Venus will reach 10 degrees and a little bit change in the sign of Aries, and then she's gonna go back retrograde into Pisces. So she's going backwards. At that time, Mars is almost 18 degrees in Cancer, so there is no square with Mars. So don't worry about it, because Venus squares Mars means fighting, means challenge. So there is no square with Mars. In fact, Venus retrograde in Aries will smoothen up Mars energy, because Mars now is full force in Cancer. He wants to fight. He wants to do whatever it takes for what he's entitled to. So, Venus in Aries. And once again, I'm going to speak about each of the zodiacal signs, but Venus in Aries in retrograde, she's like the peacekeeper. She's going to calm down Mars. So, you will be dealing with a woman in your life who's going to smoothen up the energy, going to calm down the energy, and she's going to be the peacekeeper. This is for everybody, but in particular, Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn, and Taurus as well. In fact, not Taurus, because Taurus will experience Venus retrograde in the 12th house. So it'll be problematic for Taurus, 100%. But for the other signs, the cardinal signs, you will have a feminine energy. He's going to be very supportive, and she's going to act as the peacekeeper. Or it could be even a financial transaction. Now, Venus retrograde in the house of Aries, depending on who you are, obviously, especially Cancer and Libra, there could be some encounters with bosses or people in higher authority. So, or these people could be flirtatious, once again, trying to get your attention. So, be careful, because these people might change their minds, or you even might change your mind. So don't rush into any romantic relationship during this time. Take it easy, slow down, just go with the flow and enjoy your time. And trust that you will attract the right people at the right time. You will attract the opportunities of your lifetime as well. Because once again, remember, Venus will sextile Jupiter. Believe you are worthy of success, love, and happiness. You are exactly where you're meant to be right now. The full moon, lunar eclipse in Virgo, where the south node is, once again, as I mentioned earlier, this is all about the culmination of some sort of relationship or situation, karmic relationship or karmic situations that need to end. It reached the culmination and it's time for it to be eclipsed out of our lives. And it ends. It will end. Because the eclipse is the divine intervention to eclipse something out of our lives. And I've mentioned that before. Full moon lunar eclipses, especially where the north-south node is, it could be very much a loss of loved ones. And I'm so sorry, but it is what it is. It's their time to cross over to the other world. And the moon is the representation of the mother, or a figure in your life that has the placement or the status of the mother. It could be grandmother, it could be an aunt, it could be a sister, older sister, or a sister. It's a representation of feminine energy. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. It's a south node plus full moon lunar eclipse. It's like 10 times stronger than a regular full moon, or even a lunar eclipse, because it is where the south node is. It's going to be powerful and painful for some. Doesn't mean everybody will see that. No. I lost my mother, she was an Aquarius, during a full moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius. And I've seen the death of my mom a couple of years before she died. And when we've had that full moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius, she passed away. She's an Aquarius. And I'm not saying this to Virgo specifically. No. There are other factors around this, but I'm just giving you an example. If it's not the death, it could manifest in different ways. A situation, a karmic relationship is going to end. That's not serving you anymore. That's not for your higher purpose and higher good. It needs to end. It needs to be eclipsed out. For some, it's end of illness, pain. For others, it could be a relocation, moving, leaving a job, because remember, Virgo is the 6th house in the zodiacal wheel that rules service, people we serve, a group, co-workers, colleagues. For some, yes, it's end of a job, or at that particular place. Now, once again, it depends on where Virgo is in your, the placement of Virgo in your, either your birth chart or the placement of Virgo, or how it is related to you. Like, for example, for Cancer, and I'm going to speak once again about each of the zodiacal sign. For Cancer, Virgo is the 3rd house. So this could be the end of relationship with the neighborhood or siblings. Or if there were issues with neighbors or siblings, this is going to come to culmination. It's going to be eclipsed out. You could be relocating. It could be a car that's going to break, and you're going to purchase a new one. It could be a software, a gadget, electronic, appliances, whatever. I'm just giving you an example of how is this going to manifest for Cancer. Remember, the North Node is in Pisces. So we have to believe that this needs to end. It could be a habit. It could be addiction to antidepressants or even a habit of eating, sweets or carbs or anything along those lines. Losing weight, because remember, Virgo rules your health as well. And I'm sorry, Virgo rules your pets as well. So for some, they're going to be, unfortunately, a loss of a pet. Yeah. Once again, it's a South Node. It is fated. It's destined. We will see around this time lots of fated events. It doesn't have to particularly on the 14th of March. It could happen anytime. Even like, I would say 5-7 days before the full moon. Once again, it's eclipse. It's very, very extremely powerful. Something needs to end. It's completed. We're done with it. We're moving on. Because there's something new that's going to come into our lives. You just have to believe and have faith. Let's welcome prosperity and abundance in our lives. It's in the works for all of us. Remember, the North Node is in Pisces. Neptune is still there and is almost entering. Neptune is on the cusp. I repeat again, this is all about miracles. This is our perfect time to believe, receive, and achieve. Everything you've ever wanted will find you. It will never miss you. Open your heart to receiving endless blessings. The cosmos is working to your favor right now. Release fear and embrace the magic of the unknown. Release fear and embrace the magic of the unknown. This is the time to shine, grow, and manifest. This is the time to shine, grow, and manifest. I'll see you in each of the zodiacal signs. Hello Aries, how is it going? So Aries, we just had a new moon in Pisces in your 12th house. That was on the 27th, and as I'm recording today's video on the 28th of February, we are going to be entering your season very soon, but we're still in the Pisces season, okay? But there is the planets are start to shift into your sign. As you see in the chart here, Venus, the ruler of your 7th house and the ruler of your 2nd house, is entering your sign on March the 1st, and she's going to go actually retrograde on March the 1st. Sorry, she's already in your sign, but she's going to be retrograding on March the 1st at 10 degrees and 47 minutes, okay? Mercury is going to enter your sign on March the 3rd. This transit chart that you see here is for March the 3rd, because that's when I see the action, the planets taking action. Okay, Mercury ingresses in your sign on the March the 3rd and is going to go retrograde or station retrograde on March the 15th. As we see in the chart here, the Sun is still in your 12th house, is forming a square with Jupiter. And of course, Saturn in your 12th house is forming a trine actually with Mars, the ruler of your house. And Mars is now direct in your 4th house. From the get-go, Aries, I want to warn you for the first couple of days, as we see here actually on the 2nd of March,
you don't see in this chart, but on the 2nd of March, Mercury is going to form a conjunction with Neptune and the North Node. So they're going to be a triple conjunction. It's still triple conjunction even on the 3rd of March. So you need to be careful around this time. Because this might gonna cause zero visibility while you're on the road, okay? Lots of rain, rainstorms, thundering, lightning, okay? And it's kind of confusing energy, sorry. Yeah, confusing energy, or some sort of dreamy or rushing into doing something without thinking, or maybe suffering of headache or migraine or something along those lines, okay? Or overdosing in terms of antidepressants, or some sort of recreational drugs, or alcohol or something, if you have those kind of addictions. So you need to watch out for the first couple of days. Now, on the 14th of, now also the other thing I want to tell you, because Venus rules your 2nd and your 7th house, and she's going to retrograde in your sign. Venus is going to embody the energy of Mars, okay? So I feel that there could be somebody in your in your Venus also rules money and self-value and aesthetics and physical appearance. So you need to be very careful. I see this affecting you, Pisces, Libra, and Taurus the most. Okay, but we're talking about you right now because Venus rules your 2nd house. So, and she's gonna retrograde in your house. So it feels like you are quitting a job, okay, that you feel this job is not fulfilling for you, is not providing you with the value or with even self-worth, or or covers your expense, okay? Venus retrograde in your sign will gonna give you that energy. It looks like that you want to do something different, okay? Because Venus also rules your 7th house, the house of all kind of partnership, including your job, okay? So that tells me for some of you, you want to do something, okay, that make you feel fulfilled, that gives you value, either tangible value, or makes you feel that you respect yourself, or you're doing something that makes you happy, you enjoy. Technically, that's what it is, okay? Now, on the other hand, also, I want to warn you, don't do anything around Venus, around the time that Venus is retrograding in your house, okay? Because once again, Venus rules aesthetic and, physical appearance. If you're doing, if you're going to do a tattoo, or if you cut your hair or change the hair color, that's something can be undone, okay? It's going to take time and it'll change. That's not a problem. It's going to go wrong if you do anything like aesthetics, related to aesthetics, okay? Be careful. Don't do any cosmetic procedure around this time, because it can't be undone. All right. Now, let's move to the 14th of, sorry, this is not the 14th, the 14th of March, where we will have a full moon lunar eclipse in your 6th house, okay? The house of your daily routine and your schedule. So once again, there is something here is coming to a culmination. It needs to end, okay? Eclipse is eclipsing something out of our lives. It's the universe or the divine intervention to end something. It's fated, it's destined, it's something for your higher good, okay? So once again, I go back to somebody's quitting their job, or quitting the group, or leaving the group where they were working. It could be also something related to your health, so you gotta be careful, because that's what the 6th house. Also, if you notice here, the moon, the full moon lunar eclipse is in conjunction with the South Node, okay? So be careful about your health, okay? Yeah. It could be also something related to addictions that you're deciding that you're gonna quit, or even sleeping lengthy hours, or procrastination, or some bad habit that it needs to end, okay? You, through experience and through trial and turbulence, you come to a conclusion that this kind of addiction or these habits, it could be even spending money, or spending time shopping, or all kind of these kind of addictions or bad habits. You could come to a conclusion that this is not serving you anymore, and this needs to end from your life, okay? For some of you, because we will have a new moon, and I'm not going to talk about the new moon solar eclipse in your sign now, but there could be something in the works for you, okay? But these bad habits, or these situation, okay, or the group that you don't belong to, okay, or the schedule that doesn't serve you anymore, the daily routine, this needs to end, okay? So by the time, like I would say, you're going to feel this energy strongly 5-6 days, even a week before the full moon lunar eclipse, because the eclipse is very potent, it's very strong, and you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it like at least 5 to 7 days before the eclipse. There could be also, because Venus, the ruler of your 7th, is retrograde in your sign, there could be some sort of misunderstanding between you and a partner. It could be, it is most likely it's going to be a female partner, okay? Either a business partner, or, because once again, Venus rules your 7th, okay? Or a romantic partner. It could be related to money. It could be related to business. It could be related to, your a relationship. Now, if you are waiting for news, okay, because as you see here, Uranus in your 2nd house is forming a sextile with Saturn, and Saturn also forming a beautiful trine with Mars, your ruler, in your 4th house. You could be doing something in your house, okay? It could be because Saturn and Mars are signs for either building something, okay, or buying a property, a real piece of real estate. Saturn is a structure, is building, okay? So you could be building something in your house, okay, like an extension, or doing some renovations or something like this, or moving items from your house. This is going to be successful, okay? You're going to succeed in that. The only thing is, I wouldn't suggest that you sign a lease or make big purchase around this time, okay? Because once again, Mercury and Venus both are retrograding in your sign, because Mercury is going to station retrograde on the 15th, the following day of the full moon lunar eclipse. Now, in terms of renovation, repairs, by all means, go ahead and do it around this time, okay? Now, as you see, also Uranus is trining the full moon, and once again, trining Saturn in your 12th. This, to me, comes to some sort of revelation, or an idea, or epiphany, okay? Because once again, it's related, it's trining the full moon, that you need to quit some sort of bad habit. Neptune is entering your sign at the end of the month, right after the solar eclipse in your sign. And Neptune right now is at an erratic degree. As you see, 29 degree is on the cusp between Pisces and your house. So I feel like you're manifesting a miracle. Now, it all depends, okay? Because Neptune can be of higher vibration or lower vibration, or it could be even you. If you're high vibration vibrational Aries, okay, I see Neptune on the cusp is going to strengthen your faith, okay, and belief system, okay, and you're going to be tend to be very spiritual around this time. But if you're vibrating from a lower frequency, then this unfortunately could mean even escapism, okay, delusion, migraines, or addicted to antidepressants and things of those nature, okay. But I would suggest to I would suggest to strengthen your faith, okay, and do some soul searching, because and have faith and believe and trust, because Neptune can bring miracles to your life, Aries, okay. I believe that's what I have for you, Aries, for this first 2 weeks of March. Yeah. And once again, happy New Year, happy birthday, not New Year, happy birthday to the March born Aries. And I'll see you in the next one, Aries.